Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission. Issues at hand. Issues at hand.
Well, good morning once again, and of course we welcome you to Issues at Hand here on Church of Uganda Family TV. Today is another day now. We know that every 1st of October, it is the International Day of Older Persons, and of course this year's theme was enhancing household income, a key to dignity and respect to older persons. Of course, we've seen very many initiatives aimed at uplifting the welfare of the older persons, but of course there are a lot of things that remain untouched, a lot of things that remain silent, and of course that is why such days come as a way of talking about some of those things, but also to make a clear distinction of who is considered as an older person, because that is also another debate out there, especially with the money that the government gives these people. Of course, we see very many people coming out to claim this money, and they tell them you're not yet there. So with us two guests, and of course on my immediate left and right is I was going to call her Miss, but then I remembered that a twin is not Miss. So she's Babige Alindechi. It's a pleasure having you this morning.
Thank you.
Yeah, kindly greet our viewers.
Dear viewers, you're welcome, and greetings from Reba Wellness Center. I'm Rachel Alindechi Babire, based at Bugema, and that's where we operate from, but also we go out and reach out to a number of other people, helping them using food and herbs, and also exercises to lead a better life, and also some skills that we offer, especially to the elderly and also the youth.
Okay, thank you so much. Later on we shall learn, you will tell us how you do this, especially if, to support the elderly. But of course we also have Mr. Nicholas Chiyingi, who is the CEO Home of the Elderly, and of course he has also a lot of initiatives out there. It's a pleasure having you, Mr. Chiyingi.
Thank you. Thank you. Like our host said, by the names of Chiyingi Nicholas, Chief Executive Officer, Uganda Home of Older Persons. We are so excited and happy to see that we are sharing the outside world out there. We have a lot for you. We have a lot to share with you. Please stay tuned as we go on.
Okay, thank you so much. And now, of course, starting with you, as the CEO of Uganda Home of the Elderly, we would first of all want to understand who is considered as an older person according to your description, according to maybe the law, and according to the government, because we know that there is money given to older persons, but I mean there's a specific age that is supposed to get this money.
Thank you. Now that's a very good question, because you can't go into the aged care industry when you can't understand who is termed to be an older person. An older person, you wanted me to give it in a way I understand it, but since we are under a republic and which is controlled by a government, we go with the principles of the government and the international, the UN charter. So an older person, according to the Ugandan government, is anyone above 60 years of age and up to infinity. Whereas according to the international level, an older person is considered to be from 65 and above. So if you are below 60, you're not considered to be an older person.
So we've seen people say I'm old enough when maybe they clock 50 and they consider themselves to be older persons as well.
No, maybe we shall say they are correct persons. They are somehow closer to 60 years. Okay. They are not youth, but the gates are open for them to come. You know, being considered as an older person, it's something good You know those people out there with gray hair? Even the Bible talks about it. It's a sign of, how can I say, it's a gift from God. You are blessed. So, when you say you are 50 and you are an older person, no, you are not there. You are not yet there, but we consider you to be a correct senior.
So you should be a little more patient.
a little bit patient, not more, but a little bit patient.
And wait until you're there. Well, that is fine. So, looking at the older persons, we understand that they are subjected to a lot of challenges, and probably if you can take us through some of these challenges, including those that you handle, the health challenges, and why are they the most vulnerable to some of these?
Thank you so much. Actually, the older persons face a number of challenges, and some of the challenges as they go on aging are the physical care. And when we talk about the physical care, this is where nutrition comes in, medication, hygiene, then emotional support. Many of them, the nest is empty and they're quite lonely, and somehow they're not also included in much of the social activities because their mobility is not that fast. And for us in Reba Wellness Center, this is where we come in and say, before you even reach that age, learn to eat the right things, whereby we encourage everyone, not only the older persons, because before you reach that age, much of the foundation you would have set, what you've been eating, the exercise you've been doing, and the way you relate to people emotionally, they say it the way you'll age. Either you'll be a very lonely person, very withdrawn, and maybe you never got to have a very good social network. So keep those friends and keep active. And we always say active aging is very important. But to remain active, cognitive health is very important. And that's why I say eat the nuts, eat the seeds like simsim. Nuts, we have lots of nuts like the walnuts. We have the butter that is original coconut, shea butter. Let's use those things that we have. And we find that most of the older people are the ones that really put value on many of these things. They don't go for the snacks, but then even those ones that are natural, that are available within our wonderful country, Uganda, sometimes are not offered to them by the people who are taking care of them. And this is where we say Reba Wellness, let's educate people. Before even you reach that age, use them. When you've reached that age, try to look for them, eat them, and also do the exercises to remain active, breathing in, breathing out, doing those few exercises that you used to do when you were in primary 1 to 3, together apart, the way you jump.
But and could the bones allow?
Well, if you've been doing that before even you reach that age, it becomes easier. But if you've reached that age, try to lift your hands, put them down, use the fingers, calling, and just moving them. Eventually you find that as you move your muscles, you remain active, rather than just sitting there, I'm very old, I can't do anything, and then you just sit around. And also, as our theme is saying, to enhance the household income, many of the activities that they'll engage in, like growing some little gardens, gardening, continue with the gardening. As people age, especially those who have retired, and maybe they're at home, we encourage that we engage in gardening, those simple gardens. It's a way of exercise, but also you relate to the nature, and this is a way it improves the health, and then your dignity and respect will always be there. Yes.
Wow. So there is quite a lot. So in other words, aging is not retiring and then you wake up and sit.
Yes. Slow it down.
And then say, so I can now put off steam, sleep and wake up at ease when I can.
No, you only slow down.
Actually, to add on what she has said, as we celebrate 1st October International Day for Older Persons, it was celebrated by the government, and our government recognizes the rights of older persons, and by doing this, celebrating the 1st October, empowers their social capacity to see that they are being cared about for by the government. So, after government recognizing this day, it goes ahead to let these other councils of older persons on community level to go ahead and celebrate as they are within their vicinities. So this time around, that is tomorrow in Kawempe, we are celebrating International Day for Older Persons at Kawempe Muslim Primary School playgrounds. Why am I bringing that? I wanted to bring that so that I can connect how nutrition can enhance household income and a key to dignity and respect for older persons. Now, it starts with eating well. When you eat well, you will actively get involved in daily activities. Daily activities are things which enable you to carry on with life. Not to move with sticks. Not to be left into isolation. Not to be considered as someone who is turning to be hopeless. He has nothing to add on. So
You're expired, in other words.
you are expired, in other words. So when we start with nutrition, we encourage them to eat well. After eating them well, then we don't want you to stay there. Get involved. Because when you don't work and you don't earn a living, you won't manage to sustain your life. So this brings us why you had to chip in. Because these two move hand in hand. When they move hand in hand, we encourage the people, more especially the older persons out there, that eat well, stay healthy. Then after staying healthy, get involved in income generating activities. You see, government has tried, we can't say it has not tried. It has tried somehow to empower economically our communities of older persons by setting up projects like SAGE. This is social assistance grant given to the older persons, which is normally 25, and I think they have made some adjustments. I think I'm not here to talk for the government, but when I just give a hint on what they're doing. Then they have put the SEGOP, where older persons form groups of 5, and they're given 5 million. All what they're trying to see how they can realize with the CSOs and continue these people, to empower these people so that they're not left into isolation. So when they receive this money, and government sees that it has put in money to these people, it goes ahead to encourage them. To encourage them that much as we are giving you, please make sure that this money we are giving you, at least it can make a return on investment. Which investment you'll get profit and get good things like buying food, building, having reasonable shelters, and to mention but a few. So, enhancing household income is such a key, because when an older person has where to stay, is eating well, is 90 years and is like someone who is 30 years. People will stand and say, Mzee, help me. Can you tell me, how do you manage your life? What is that unique thing which has helped you to carry on? So that's the thing. That's how the element of dignity comes in, and respect. If you are not taking care of him or herself by getting involved in such productive projects, then he wouldn't be admired. So after realizing that this is such a key in maintaining their household, which we also came in to boost this year's theme as one common group with a common goal. To see that we encourage people wherever we go. Let it be government, let it be to the CSO, let it be to the NGOs, let it be National Council for Older Persons. We all move with one theme, which is enhancing household income, a key to dignity and respect for older persons.
Thank you so much. Now, Babidia, still talking about nutrition,
Yes.
because this is very, very key. And when we look at the lifestyle today, it brings a very big threat of whether some people will make it to that age or to be considered older persons, or even when they make it, how their life will be. Because you realize that as we were growing up, there were diseases that were tagged in what deserve a but today, even the teenagers, even the youth, the Gen Zs are now suffering from the same diseases. So what has changed now, in especially what we feed on, and do we hope that there is anything we can change to see that we have a generation of older persons who are still healthy and disease free?
Thank you so much. As I mentioned, that you get to that age, or I get to that age, my body will react from the way I've been taking care of it. If you look at me, this is Rachel, and Rachel is in this body.
Yeah.
So what I feed this body will be manifested, how I look, how I feel, and how I move. So even the younger ones, we encourage. Even mothers who are still breastfeeding and all that, we encourage what we eat. Let's go back to many of our indigenous foods. The nuts, the oils, the fruits, we have plenty. And let's eat those and try to cut out the processed foods. The chips, the fried things that have very much the samosas, cassava, you still want to fry it. And when you look at, if I would take you back, the rural areas where we have the older persons, you find that they're more healthy and they stand upright. And some of us who have been in the urban areas, you look at the older persons, they're already stopping.
Coming to 90
So,
degrees.
so we go back and we look at what do they eat.
Exactly.
Then are they using okra? Let's eat okra. Let's make the juices. In Reba Wellness Center, we have one training that we have. Usually it is a day or 3 days, it depends. The joy of juicing. And this is where we have different recipes. The juices, the green juice, the onion juice, the carrot juice, but also helping on different ailments that we have and improving on our health. So I encourage not only the older persons, but everybody out there. Let's look at the things we eat. The orange, don't make the juice. You say, can you eat it whole as it is? If it's a passion fruit, eat it whole. Just cut it, get a spoon and scoop it. For the older persons, we have lots of high blood pressure, the stress, and even the younger ones, the stress that we have. For you to have the dignity, because you can be able to have your emotional intelligence, your emotional support, and when you relate to people, you're still, not just a little thing and then you snap. So you go back to what you eat. Are we drinking enough water? The passion fruit, let's just cut it and scoop it instead of making juice and putting on lots of sugar. Sometimes you find people making juice, they're adding milk so that it gets a good base. But all these, they have a way. It's sweet in the mouth, but it's affecting our bodies. And by the time we age, already the damage has been done. And when you come to me and you want to reverse it, it takes some time. And you have to be very patient. Sometimes it is irreversible. We have to make you comfortable as an older person until a time comes when you rest.
Okay.
Have I answered your question?
Yes, actually, I'm also going to take you. She's taking us the other side of nutrition.
Yes.
Then for me, I take you the other side on how you can make nutrition and income generating activity.
Exactly.
Because if she takes, you eat oranges, eat wherever it may be, as long as it's building good health into your body. Me, I would say, still you grow it and sell it to me. Because in one way, it is a 2-in-1, double. It reminds me of COVID when people say it's a double, but it hit us double. So now, we're doing a double. Now, eat something good, then make it an income generating activity. When you grow mangoes, you as an older person, you don't retire and just go to the village and you say, now for me, I'm retired, I'm going to read newspapers. No, that's not enough for you. We still need you because we see you as a community being a person who is very resourceful. Now, the time you spend sitting at home, spending hours and hours into politics, doing this and this, why don't you utilize that small piece of land you have into your area? Grow 1 to 10 mango trees. At the end of the day, you find what you reap. You just can't. You just be amused how old age can reap good. So, if you grow those 10 mango trees, and you have retired at 60, let's say at 65, you start harvesting. When you harvest, you'll be bringing more money into your pocket, and this money will help you to buy what Rachel is trying to communicate to you. Eat well. You'll be in position to get income to pay for consultants like doctors. You'll be in position to take your grandchildren to school. You'll be in position to have even vacations. You know, here in Uganda we don't have vacations, and we encourage older persons to enjoy vacations. Now, you can't enjoy a vacation when...
That is quite hard.
It's not quite hard.
But looking at the income, because you are enhancing the income, and that's why we really thank the government that they came in and they saw that people retire and sometimes the gratuity they get is not there enough, and then they have this grant. Actually, it's a grant. It's not like the PDM money where you have to return it, but it's a grant, so that you inject in whatever business or income generating project you've started. But then, can we have social gatherings? Because if you can't, you say vacations are so hard, they can't take them. Let's start within where we are. Even in Uganda, can we travel to another village?
That's the thing we are saying. That's the thing we are talking about.
From Bugema, go to Kawempe.
That's the thing we are talking about.
Yes.
Having a vacation is part of building your health. And don't say that I don't have money to waste for vacation. At old age, you need to have holidays. When you have holidays, you are promoting companionship. You are getting companionship. But in order for you to enjoy your holiday in December, you are already in the holiday season. You need to have invested your money somewhere.
But when you talk about a vacation or a holiday, there's a picture that is painted in the eyes of someone, and they look at very exaggerated things. So I think you need to zero it down to a language that someone can really understand and can really associate with. Because when you now say holiday, someone will think about Zanzibar, they'll think about going to Dubai.
No, let's
You're right.
Here.
Exactly.
Like there is a group of friends to the retired ministers. Actually, those ones are mainly in the Seventh Adventist Church, but they've started going out visiting even other older people, other retirees. They'll be going, like Kasese, they have their holiday this December. But within these days, they have an excursion. In tourism, we always say excursion, just one day, visit. It's an outing. They start going out, they visit so-and-so, the older person, the retiree who is in such a place, and then they go, they stay together, they eat together, they sing, they're happy. Let's encourage that. Within our societies where we are, you've been working as a banker, you've retired. Have you kept in touch with your friends? Maybe you say, let's go visit so-and-so this month, another month, this other, and then you form that group. That social, support is there. Don't move out. And that's where we have many of them when they retire. Dementia just hits them so fast, the forgetfulness, and then they're like, I'm not useful anymore, nobody really recognizes me. But then we encourage that, let's go out there, even before you retire, be in the habit. Can we go visit for a day, for a weekend, and then the holiday for going beyond the borders would come in, but when you started also within the area. I think in Baganda they used to have Okwabyo Rumbe, and then they would go meeting. Those are social
Rachel is something she brought,
Yes.
an element of like older persons are used to saying that I don't have money, I don't have
Exactly.
money. That's
I
the
don't
thing.
have people around me, everyone has left.
Yeah, we do along the year we promote different themes, and there is what we call active aging. We don't want to look at older persons as people who are there to beg for money, and this is the thing we are looking at. We encourage them to, as they age, to involve themselves in income-generating activities, so that by the time they want to move out, or for relaxation, even going to church is a form of relaxation, but it will involve a cost. Older people want to praise and worship, but in most cases you'll find that they don't have the finances to facilitate them to their destination where they want to take their worships from. But a point in case is this, that you as an older person, you should start right now, so that by the time you're 70, you don't wait for your daughter Rachel to say that, Rachel, could you please give me transport? And still, when you're hosting us next time, please, you need to provide more seats here. Because there's something we are promoting, the intergenerational approach. Because me and you, that's where we are heading. That is by God's grace. We are not sure that whether we shall reach there, but for them they have already reached there. But we are discussing when we don't have anyone here. I was limited just because of space, that you had only 3 chairs.
We'll take a short commercial break. When we return, we are continuing with the conversation. Stick with us.
Issues at hand. This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission. This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission. Issues at hand.
Welcome back from that commercial break. Of course, we are talking about the Day of the Older Persons, and of course, whether we like it or not, as long as God permits, we shall all be there. This reminds me of a time when young people had crafted very many names to refer to these people, Kazende and all those other Muzei and what. So at one time they were like you, and so when God permits, you'll be like them when that time comes. Therefore, I think we need to accord that respect, especially the fact that they have managed to reach there, irrespective of the other circumstances. Now, before the break, actually, there was a call of actually having at least one of them. And of course, next time when we discuss such a very pertinent topic, I believe we should have one to share with us their experience, and of course the experience after retirement, that feeling, whether someone was telling us that time when you used to wake up in the morning, dress up and go for work, and now you wake up the same time only to open that door, see what is happening out, close, go back to bed. Well, that is quite an experience that really someone needs to share. But let us look at still what can keep these people busy, because that is where we were. And as we are saying, people should go holidays, vacations, and then social interactions. But I mean, how can they remain relevant, Rachel? How can they remain relevant in society so that they're not looked at as abandoned people? Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Adrian. Actually, we encourage the older persons, even before you get there, start interacting. If you're a teacher, say for example, and you love storytelling, it's high time. Maybe you organized in the community, say, I would like to tell the children who come from such area about the roots, about our stories. And maybe just those 2 hours or 1 hour when they come, and the children and even the youths are with you, you can be able to be of help to society. Because actually what we found, that all over the world, especially in Africa, each older person that dies is an encyclopedia, and we lose lots of information. It's not documented, and sometimes when it's passed on, some information is added, others is subtracted. But still, if it's passed on regularly, someone says, no, Jaja yagamba bwati. This is what they said. Oh, Mama gundi, Tata gundi, Msomesa gundi, Afande gundi. So we encourage, that let's go out in society. The skill that we have, something that we know very well. You've been a nurse for 40 years or 20 years. Here you are, you've retired. But even the first aid, we have the border guys. They're in our communities. They're the first people on the scene of accident. But the way they handle the patient or the victim of accident is pathetic. Yet we have so many older people and people with skill. We can empower such youths with some first aid skill. We can unleash it enterprisingly, because you say, value. Something free is not valued. So put a value. Maybe you charge a small, a little fee, and you empower that skill. You don't die with that skill. Because one day it will be you. I have one of my uncle, actually a brother to my mom. He loved walking. He used to be the secretary of Leje University, Mr. Adonia Chene. And one time he was walking and was hit. And they said, everyone was going. Do you know what happened? One border guy decides to get a phone from him, calls and finds that there was auntie's number. Please, can you come for him? He's been knocked down. My aunt had to rush to get to the scene. Because she said, no, don't handle him, don't bring him anywhere, I'm coming. Because she knew that the way some of these victims are handled. So I think as older persons with different skills that we have, is it mechanic, is it videography, is it being a journalist presenter? There's so many children who like to be presenters. Maybe we encourage them, and then you could empower the people in the community as an older person with that little skill that you have. With nutrition, I'm empowering many. Usually I go out there and I tell them, grow this, it does this. Grow this, it does this. Yes.
Edwin, adding on what she has said, lead by example. That's what we say. Lead by example. Still, I'll go back on the other thing. Next time when you are hosting us, today there was some gender balance. I'm representing the men, she's representing the women.
And an aging balance.
But there is an aging balance. Next time we encourage the ministry, because we are the voices to the voiceless. Whenever they are moving out to studios, to media houses, let them move along with older persons. We try to understand their needs, but we don't understand them exactly the way they are. Now, let me drive you back what she was trying to empower older persons in enhancing their income. Now, one thing we have a skill which we are doing in via social corporate responsibility that like the one we are doing tomorrow. Now, if you are giving, if you are having gift hampers to give away to 588 beneficiaries, most here we are looking at the most vulnerable. Now, in this, we try as much as we can to see that we empower the older persons. And you know, in most cases, when you talk to the older person, most people think they are sick, they are poor. They never think that there are some older persons who are rich. And they never think that there are some older persons who are just normal, living a normal life. They are not rich, they are not poor, they are not average rich, but they are there. But they are seeking for jobs. Now, for us, when you reach at Uganda Home of Older Persons, what we do, now like tomorrow we are giving away 588 kgs of sugar to the most vulnerable. And you know, vulnerable means you can also be vulnerable. Yeah. I'm also vulnerable. And so, now in this, we call upon those, we tell them who are willing to pack sugar. We are going to give them, how do you call it? You call it per diem or allowances?
Per diem.
Okay.
I think it's an allowance.
It's an allowance.
Yeah,
you are going to give, we are going to give support to these people who are going to pack sugar. And we need only those who are 60 and above. And we give a price tag to each kilo you pack. Each kilo will go for 25 shillings. Now, if you pack 100 kilos, just packing, you pack, how much will you match out with?
100 kilograms.
You have packed 100 kilograms of sugar. Hey, now you go to Acacia, you request for a pay. How much will she give you?
I should give you about, I think, 250. No, 2,500.
So if you pack 100 kilograms in 1 hour, and they give you 2,500, aren't you enhancing income?
Yeah.
Now, if you pack 5 in a day, assuming we consider them that their pace has reduced down, each hour you pack only 100 kilograms. So that for 5 hours, how much will it be?
Those are 5 times 25.
Hey, 2,500.
That is about 10,000.
Are you sure?
It's 12,500.
I've already created employment and I've already enhanced his well-being.
So you go back home with the sugar and money in the pocket.
And it does not involve this person to over-move, and as they pack, they chat like we're doing here. You see? So you are enhancing income into someone's pocket. You don't need to say government. You know, I'm encouraging our older citizens, and they send me, you know, those who can't reach here, they tell me, let the public not perceive us as beggars. We are people who are very resourceful. We are people who have learned, and we are people who are passing knowledge to you. We are job creators. We just need audience.
Inspiration and motivation.
Audience. Yeah, audience. You know, when you have a lot of trust in someone, it's like a parent calls on a child, come and visit me home. The child doesn't come day 1. He calls, come and see me home. The child doesn't come day 3. You come and visit me home. I'm missing you. Much as you are giving me money, it's not enough. I want to see your presence. I just want to feel you. That's their outcry to the president of Uganda. They have cried day 1, year 1, President, we want to see you at our functions. It's not about money. We want you. The president is ever busy. Boldly I speak it. Because not year 1, not year 2, not year 3, not year 4. Even today, he didn't come. We are non-partisan, we are non-political. They just want to feel like you feel the absence of your child when you're not missing. They just feel just him talking, how are you, my people? That's enough. But let's not play this business of attacking. I'm trying to
probably he will listen to the voice
to show the pain. But here we are about enhancing enhancing household income. You see, he has tried a lot. He has moved ABCU to see that he promotes the parish development model. He puts there the SAGE, he puts there the SEGOP, and any other president who will come. Then make sure that you maintain what has already been achieved. That was a very good move. Let's not do things which attack. Just polish on and we shall move on.
Okay.
And on that note, I
Yes.
would like to extend gratitude to Makerere University. They realized, together with the judiciary, that there is a gap. Many cases remain in the courts, and now they've put a short course of integration and mediation to resolve different conflicts. And they're mainly for the senior citizens, people who have just retired, 60 and above, to get that short course, and then they engage in attribution so that they help many of our citizens in Uganda whose cases remain in the judiciary courts. We really thank you, Makerere University, and those land friends of ours who saw it fit that people who have retired, they're still resourceful and they have the respect and the dignity that they can earn when they resolve the conflicts that are within our communities, especially the land districts and some of the family disputes. Thank you so much. That will also enhance our dignity for the older person.
Now, I add that note. Okay, this sounds a little insulting, but it's a perspective, especially from the people of a lower age. They look at these people as people whose attention span is reducing. Their concentration level has also reduced. They allege that they easily forget certain things, and probably are you sure that if such engagements like the program at Makerere University are in place, they are really that useful to the older persons?
Yes, they are.
Can I answer?
Let me come in first. Actually, when people get into such a course, they test their cognitive ability. Not like everyone rushes in. And we have people at 40 when they're already forgetting because of what they've been eating.
But Rachel,
Yeah.
you talk of cognitive activity. First explain what is cognitive for
Okay.
the lawman there to understand.
Okay, this is the ability to think, reason, and also take decisions that are very good and in relation to what you're doing, so that they'll say that is a normal person. Emotionally, you are stable. Okay. And we have people who are still younger than age 60 and they can't make the right decisions. These are people who have been already in the workplace, managerial and decision-making positions, and now they've retired. You don't say because it's reached age 60 can't perform well, but because maybe of the policy of the organization, they say at the age 60 or 65 you need to get out, and then someone comes in. So here, this is where the alternative dispute and integration of conflict resolution has come in. Can we make use of those people who still are having good memory? We have people up to 90 because of what they used to eat. Actually, when you look at our friends from the Far East, they use almonds and simsim and flax seeds, and their memory is microfilm. So if we eat those things, you find that you remain with a good memory. Even at 90, you still remember what happened when you're at the age 14. But now you find someone at 50 say, I can't remember what happened to me at the age 10. What are you eating? What exercise are you doing? And what environment are you living in?
Well,
This is where we come in, that those people are still youthful.
And
we have many people who are board members, they're at the age of 80, age of 70, yet you say they've retired. But some of the schools, they need them and they make use of their skill. Yes.
And actually, to add on that, you know, when it comes to there are things people don't know. Medically, although we need to move with them, there is what we call, as someone ages, their memory loss comes in. And memory loss medically can be termed as dementia, but there is a disease we call Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is one deadly disease attacking 1 in 10 people over the age of 60. It's a slow fatal disease of the brain. It kills you slowly. It starts with the sensory organs, the eyes, the hearing, the feeling, the what. So, and no one is immune. That for me, I can't get Alzheimer's. No. But let's leave that for another chapter. But while we are saying the number of youth are outweighing the older persons, government should take keen concern, and that's why it's encouraging, enhancing household income, because it knows in the near future, come by the year 2050, the population of older persons is going to be much higher than that of the youth.
Oh.
Yeah, true. You just take.
Because
First wait.
population is not growing
By
fast.
the time your dad, if he's there,
Yes.
he was your age, he had given already, let's say, 4 kids. By your age, you may not even be having one. So that means if you are 30 or 40 and you don't have a kid, by the time you reach 60, your kid will be just 20. And the Gen Z's, man, they don't need to know whether mom is there. You just say, you send him in a home. It's the duty of the government. So, in a way, government is trying to encourage people to start generating activity so that by the time they reach 60, by the 2050, those who are youth today, by the time they reach the age of 60, at least they can somehow sustain themselves, as government also apportion a little portion for them to take care of them.
Okay. Well, there's something you wanted to add on? To chip in?
Yes, this is where I still encourage all of us, the youth, and even those ones who have reached that age, let's eat our indigenous foods. Coconut oil, let's use it so that we don't lose our memory. Even Alzheimer's Satan, we've had a number of researchers who have done that research, especially in US and also in Europe and in the Far East. Coconut oil, let's use it in our foods to make sure that our muscles are healthy, but also our brains. Because once you start having dementia, people start saying, oya ze you say, oya when you say,
Avundeko.
you know?
Adam
Come
child.
on, yeah. You know, tumuteke mchalo. Sometimes these people are abandoned. It's not like they forget all the hours, but there will be some hours when they really can't remember and they can't remember certain things. Let's encourage what we eat. The sim, I always encourage it, coconut oil, but even our fruits, the oranges for our sight. When an older person, even you as a youth, when you can't see, there is so much you feel like you've lost. And our older persons that are losing their sight, because let's encourage them eating oranges, not making juice, but eating it. Peel it, cut it in small pieces, and then give them the ball, and they eat. And they chew that water out. Then we have the banana pith. This one is gone viral. And I always tell people, get the juice out of that. Take it. You feel you have the vitality and you are strong. Onions, we have the onion juice. Our sight, the high blood pressure, the diabetes, so that we have healthy people. Actually, with dignity and respect, when someone is not healthy, it's very hard for you to have the dignity and the respect you want, because you say, I don't want to be washed. The mother sees the daughter is coming to take a bath. It's like, this one who was a baby now is the one to bathe me and I'm naked, and they don't feel comfortable. And some of them, they age and die very fast. So let's give them the right foods, give them the right juices, and also the love. Because when we say, if you've tried nutrition, you've tried medical, you've tried finance and everything, the best medicine is love, and usually they come back. Let's love our older persons. Let's give them the love and the care, and you see them really thriving and having the respect and the dignity.
Okay.
And just a hint one. She talked of the onion juice. When you talk of the onion juice, remember when you learn how to make it, you can sell it to someone who can't make it. You'll be enhancing income. And because this person needs something good from you, you know that Rachel is good at making onion juice. She will come, Rachel, how much do you sell that? Rachel will be, it will be attached to a price tag. boosting household income.
Okay. As you wind up this conversation about older persons, you come from Uganda, home of
Older persons.
The older persons. What do you basically do for the older persons? Do you have a home where you receive them and keep them there? What do you do as the Uganda Home of Older Persons?
Exactly, that's a very good question. Uganda Home of Older Persons was incorporated in 2014 with the mandate to create awareness about issues concerning older persons. That's why when we speak about issues, we bring them in light so that the people there can know. To set up rehabilitation homes or centers, where people who are left lonely. You know, when we look at the lifespan of a person, most people, when we talk about homes, they think that when someone clocks 60, is going to be given a transfer into the home. That's not exactly what we are eyeing at, though it's a component on what we do. So when there are people who never gave birth, and they have no one to take care of them. There are people who may be refugees and they don't have anyone to take care of them. There are people who give birth to kids 10 and more, but they are not being taken care of by their kids. There are people who give birth and all the kids passed on, but they are still alive. There are people who are poor. So now it brings me to the types of care we have. So under home, these are the types of care we have, and when we say home, that means these types you can receive them while you are in your own home, even where you are. We don't need to make a shift, a transfer from your home to our home. One, there is what we call companionship. Companionship is like loneliness. We make outreaches. Now when you are saying we are going in Kayunga, we are going in Ruelo, we mobilize and tell them, how many of you would love to move with us as we tour to Kayunga? They come in, we register them free of charge. So that we promote companionship. There is what we call companionship of post-hospitalization, what is normally referred as bedside nursing. You have someone, your dear one, he has been hospitalized, he has had a major or minor surgery, and you need someone to be by the side. You can reach out to us on 0414-663-543, and we can always reach out to you. We send in a carer to the hospital or to your home, and we look after you right where you are. You don't need to come into our home. Then we have what we call rehabilitation and home support. Rehabilitation, these are people who have grown weak and they need to be rehabilitated, or they have got some mental or psychosocial illness and they need to be rehabilitated. You don't need to come into our homes. We can do that where you are. Even if you are in Kotido, even if you are where, we shall always reach there. There is what we call palliative care. Palliative care is care given to people with terminal illnesses, things which you never cure, like cancer. They will take long to heal. We have what we call respite care. Respite care is getting a break from care. Like you have been taking care of your dear mom, and you don't have anyone you can entrust with the life of your dear mom or your dear one.
And you have a wedding to attend.
Not a wedding. You have
even just to have.
You have other commitments,
yeah.
But you don't entrust any. You don't have to bring in security guards into your home. You say, now, let me make terms of reference with the Uganda Home of Older Persons. They send me a carer. The times I will be away for the last 2 weeks, they chip in for me. And you tell them at 7, I give my mom tea. At 8, what they do your day routine. Okay. So when you are back, the carer will be removed from your home and brought back to us. Okay. So there is what we have 24 hours care. You are here, they tell you that, hey, we have put Jaja on bus, he's coming. Now you say these people, they have put Jaja on bus, they didn't notify me before, what can I do? no one is at home, you reach out to us, you tell us, you know what, there is a bus, a BBC is dropping my Jaja. Can he or she stay there for a few hours? Then I'll pick that person later. So, that's what we do. Then we have what we call live-in care. Live-in care is when someone will be transferred from where he is to our homes. But we need to do assessment. We first present an assessment report. Is there a need to make a transfer for this person? Or if there is no need, why do we need to do a transfer? Then the other thing is to be the voice of the voiceless.
As you're doing.
Hey, the last one, no. Yeah, now I'm coming into the judicial rights, rights of older persons. You know, when you talk of, and it's very good, tomorrow we are having the Equal Opportunities Commission. Is going to host a legal clinic in Kawempe, Kawempe Muslim Primary Grounds. All older persons facing different challenges regarding their rights. Please come to Kawempe, starting from 8 to 4 p.m. The legal clinic is there to take you through any challenges you are facing. So all those conceptualizes all the things we do. We have little time, but when you visit us, we shall have to discuss more about that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chienji. Richo, your closing remarks as we leave this place.
To enhance household income, a key to dignity and respect for older persons. We can all do it. It's a responsibility for each one of us. We all have different older people in our families. Let's respect them. Let's love them. Let's offer the health care. And wherever there are such like active aging activities or health camps that are really geared towards the older persons, let's involve. Let's take our loved ones. And wherever possible, you can take them to the right person. Is it health? Is it nutrition? Is it mobility? Is it socializing, so that they don't feel lonely? Let's do that. And we'll uphold the dignity and respect of our older persons in Uganda.
Thank you so much, Richo, and thank you so much, Nicholas. And to your viewer, thank you so much. You stayed with us up to now. It's a pleasure knowing that you've been following us. Edwin and Colors is my name. About with Liz, Esther, and Homos, of course, from the entire team. We wish you a blessed morning and a blessed day.
Issues at hand. This is